Hola clase, buenas noches. Today we are going to see how to form questions in Spanish. So in Spanish, there are three basic forms of forming questions. The first one is intonation. That's how we call it. And it's super easy. We just have a statement, a declarative statement, and we just raise the pitch of our voice at the end of the sentence. And also, we cannot forget that in Spanish, when we ask questions, we need an upside down question mark at the beginning and a normal question mark at the end of the question. Okay, so let's think of a statement, a simple statement. Let's say, María estudia español. Okay, María studies Spanish. This is not a question, it's just a statement. Now let's make it a question. We need the question marks upside down at the beginning. And a question mark at the end. Okay? It is exactly the same sentence. We just put question marks and we're going to erase the pitch of the voice at the end. So María estudia español is my statement. And María estudia español, that is my question. María estudia español, okay? You see the difference? We raise the pitch of the voice at the end. Now let's see another example. José baila cumbia. Okay, this is a statement, it's not a question. Now let's make it a question. The first thing that we need is the upside down question mark at the beginning. And then the question mark at the end and the pronunciation. José baila cumbia? Okay, that is my question. José baila cumbia? Statement. José baila cumbia? Question. Okay. Now, the second form of making a question in Spanish, it's inverting. And we have to invert the subject with the verb. So let's think of the same statement. María estudia. María estudia español. That is my statement. Now let's make it a question. We have to invert the subject with the verb. Estudia María español. You see, there are the same three words, but in different order and with the question marks. Estudia María español. And we can also put the subject at the very end of the sentence. Estudia español María. You see, they are the same three words, but in different order. Let's work with the same example that we were working before. José baila cumbia. Now let's make it a question by inverting the subject. Baila José cumbia. Okay. And let's put the subject at the very end of the sentence. Baila cumbia José. You see? Okay. And the last way of making questions it's by adding tags. So we have a statement. Let's work with the same one. We have María estudia español and José baila cumbia. So José dances cumbia. Now, to make it a question, we just keep the same statement, but we just add a tag at the end, the question tag. And those question talks are no or verdad. Let's see this example. It is the same statement. María estudia español. No or María estudia español, ¿verdad? Okay, you see we have a statement and then a small question at the end. And that small question made the whole thing a question. Okay, now let's do José baila cumbia. José baila cumbia, ¿no? Okay, or the same exact statement, but instead of no, we put ¿verdad? Okay. So my statement is José baila cumbia. And my tag question will be José baila cumbia, ¿no? Or José baila cumbia, ¿verdad? Okay, so that's it. Those were the 3 ways of making questions in Spanish. But if you need more than a yes or no answer, we use that question words. But we're gonna see those in a different video. Okay, so see you soon. Adios.